Good morning, everyone. It is April 7th, 2019. This would be my fourth and final video for today. If you don't believe that we're right at the edge of complete collapse in every way possible, financially, societally, all of that, might I direct your attention towards a few things. I think the next pandemic, or at least epidemic, will end up starting out in the West Coast, particularly in the Los Angeles, San Francisco Bay Area. The reason I say that is because of the squalor that is taking place there and it continues to worsen with each passing day. The conditions, not only there, but in places like New York, what's that city? Portland, Oregon, Seattle, so on. There's more, where these giant homeless encampments are growing bigger every single day, and the feces and rats and all that shit is going to cause a major, at very minimal, epidemic. And I would lean towards pandemic simply because these cities are host to large international airports. And that's one of the symptoms, one of the things we could point to know that our demise is not far at hand. Then we can look at the number of retail store closings. When a so-called free market society has its retail sector collapsing, the rest of it is right behind. Now, I've said many times that if BMW left South Carolina, we would be in the same state of decay as Flint, Michigan, Saginaw, Benton Harbor, and many other former automaker cities. And the car sales for this year, or for 2018 rather, and so far this year have been terrible. They've been terrible. And going back to the retail thing, you know, many of our retailers rely on the holiday season for the bulk of their profits. In the last 5 or 6 holiday seasons, we've seen less and less trash at the curbside from Christmas presents, right? We've seen less and less people packed into the stores, and those who are packed into the stores are fighting over merchandise. I always say that's definitely a good sign that things are collapsing very, very quickly. So far in 2019, 190,000 full-time jobs have been lost. I'd say that's probably a definite sign things are collapsing. There's over 100 million people unemployed. Okay, household survey says the number of household workers in the U.S. declined by another 201,000 workers. But we did have a surge of 60,000 part-time jobs added, but lost that 190,000 full-time. And we have a president, yet another one, who won't come straight with the people. He continues to say our economy is in the fastest, most largest expansion or recovery in history. It's not true. It's not true. We have prisons having to release violent inmates early because, well, number one, the lack of space due to the prosecution and imprisonment of what we shouldn't even see as crimes, and the lack of money to keep feeding these people. I'd say that these are all signs that our demise as a culture, as a nation, isn't far off. We can see that even though the Mueller probe found no collusion with the Russians by the president, we see that those relationships are continuing to deteriorate, even though our beloved commander-in-chief promised to normalize relations with Moscow, one of the other countries capable of completely destroying this planet, and us along with it. Another sign that we're reaching our end. I'm not necessarily saying we're all going to die, although I am certain that many people will, but I am saying that everything you, myself, my children, your children, everything we enjoy now is going to be gone. Your electricity, if you're lucky, you'll be able to use it certain times of the day. If you're lucky. So, if you have this fantasy that somehow we're going to bounce back as a nation and America is going to become its great post-World War II self again, those days are gone. Just like the days of a constitutional government is gone. Just like the days of our civil rights are gone. Just like the days of fairly decent morality is gone. Just like the days of women not being so promiscuous that you have to be afraid to have sex with them are gone. Everything that we've enjoyed throughout our childhood, cartoons, Xboxes, cable TV, Netflix, computers, tablets, phones, cars, all of it will be gone. For how long? That's hard to say. But it will be gone for a decent period of time. How long do we have? I don't know. I wish I could tell you that, you know what, it's going to happen on June 5th. I can't, though. But I can tell you, every symptom of a dying society is there. Every one. So, we are literally hanging on by threads. And every day a new thread breaks. And I think probably a pandemic from one of these large cities would be the icing on the cake. I mean, there's fucking rats all over the West Coast spreading fucking disease already. How long is it going to be until one of these diseases mutates? Or how long is it going to be until some fucking crazy scientist decides to capture a couple of these rats, or maybe just release a lab rat into the wild after injecting some kind of fucking pathogen into it? There are sick motherfuckers out there that would do things like that, and probably have tried. One such professor, Eric Bianca, I would say that probably a guy like him would be capable of doing such a horrible thing. And he's not alone. I mean, people would call this a conspiracy theory. I call it the writing on the wall. And I'm sorry that you see it as a conspiracy, but here's the thing. A conspiracy requires more than one person setting a nefarious agenda. I don't know if the West Coast was made that way on purpose, but if it was, then it would have been a conspiracy, right? I don't know if this country was transformed to from a constitutional republic to a fascist state. You don't believe me, but it's there. It's there. Another symptom of a dying civilization or society, whatever you want to call it, is excessive aggression from the government. We can't deny that that's going on. Another symptom is hypersexuality. Another symptom is the trannies. Self-destructive lifestyles. And I'm not above being self-destructive. I've explained many times before that I am by nature a self-destructive person. I always do things that are against my my survival. I don't know why, but I do. But here I am still, after being shot, after being beaten, numerous car accidents, parental abuse, you name it. I've been through it, and here I am still. So I don't think my self-destructive nature is going to destroy me. I think it's in our nature to kill ourselves. I do. I think that song by Papa Roach is right. It's in our nation to kill each other. It's in our nature to destroy ourselves. It's in our nature to kill, kill, kill. And we've killed our country. Our grandparents have killed our country. Our great-grandparents and the generations before them had some hand in killing this country. And here we are today. It's on life support and almost a fucking ghost. Tell me what you think. Am I wrong? Can you prove me wrong? Till next time, kill the state, live free.